Hello students, welcome to Reader's Workshop. I was rereading Gossie and Gertie the other day, and I noticed two interesting things. First of all, since we've been learning about quotation marks and what they mean, right? They show that someone is talking, that someone could be a person, animal, or character. I thought it would be fun while I reread Gossie and Gertie to think about all the places where I could find that there was talking. So, Gossie and Gertie. Oh, I remember it takes place on a farm. This is Gossie. This is Gertie. Gossie wears bright red boots. Gertie wears bright blue boots. They are friends, best friends. And notice how I can have a really lively voice because I've already read this before. They splash in the rain. They play hide and seek in the daisies. They dive in the pond. They watch in the night. I could even make my voice sound kind of mysterious because it's what they're doing in the night. They play in the haystacks. Gossie and Gertie are best friends. Everywhere Gossie goes, Gertie goes too. Oh, see, here's what I mean. Here are some quotation marks. Follow me, cried Gossie. Gossie marched to the barn. Gertie followed. Now, here's another thing I noticed about this book. In the whole first part of the book, there are all these sentences where they talk about the things that they do together all the time, right? Then Gossie starts talking and telling Gertie what to do. And when that happens, there's something a little different about the action words. They have a different ending. Look. Cried, I-C-E-D. Marched, I-C-E-D. Followed, I-C-E-D. These action words all have ed ending. And that's something I want to talk to you about today. Ed ending. Ed ending comes on action words. Another word for action words is verbs, and we'll talk about that another day. But you have to remember, ed can sound different ways. It can sound like t, it can sound like id, and it can sound like d. So let's keep this in mind as we read the rest of Gossie and Gertie. We're looking for ed ending, and as word detectives, we're asking ourselves, is it sounding like t, id, or d? So I'm going to keep my board handy, my whiteboard handy, and I even have the fun idea of keeping a list. This is another thing you can do when you're a word detective and you're studying about words. I'm going to keep a list of where ed sounds like t, where it sounds like id, and where it sounds like d. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to draw a little line for my list. Follow me, cried, d, d. So there, it's just d. So I'm going to write that one here. Cried, cried. And it's right there, so I can copy and get it right. Cried Gossie. Gossie marched, marched, t, t. Oh my goodness. It says ed, but it sounds like t. So I'm going to write that one under t. March. Gertie followed, d. So it just sounds like d. Here we go. Followed. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, this is where they saw the sheep. Follow me, cried Gossie. Okay, so I'm not going to write cried over again because I already have it right here. Gossie sneaked to the sheep. Sneaked. Ooh, there's ed, another ed word. Sneaked. T, t. Oh, it's got T sound. I can put it right here in my list of ed sounding like T. Sneaked. Here we go. Sneak. Sneaked. Sneaked to the sheep. Gertie followed. Okay, I don't need to write followed again because I already have it there. Wow, I'm collecting so many cool words. Follow me, cried Gossie. Gossie jumped. Oh, jumped. Let's see, there's ed ending. Jumped. Jumped. Oh, it's sounding like T, so I could write it here. Jumped. Jumped. Gossie jumped into a mud puddle. Gertie did not follow. Oh, remember, that's when Gertie's kind of changing her mind. And look, her face doesn't look quite as smiley. Follow me, shouted Gossie. Oh, here's another ed word. Oh, and remember, this is where she's getting a little annoyed. Follow me, shouted Ed. Shouted id. Oh, hey, here's a new one. Here's one that's sounding like id, okay? Oh, you know what? I think I need to maybe make a little line here so that I can keep them separate. Meow, boom. Meow, boom. Here we go. Shouted. Notice it's ed, but it sounds like id. Shouted Gossie. Gertie followed a hopping frog. So there's followed again. I already have that one. Follow me, shouted Gossie, but Gertie followed a butterfly. Gertie is just doing her own thing. Oh my gosh, look how mad she is. Follow me, shouted Gossie, and her face is all scrunched up. But Gertie followed a shiny blue beetle. Follow me, shouted Gossie as she followed Gertie. Oh, so we still have both those words already, so we don't need to write anymore. Gertie followed a trail of grain. Follow me, said Gertie. It's dinner time. Gossie followed. Gossie and Gertie are friends, best friends. Oh, that was nice to enjoy that again. And we also had the chance, to think about how ed ending, ed can sound like t, id, and d. And here we had a chance to record or write words that end with ed but sound like t. Marched, sneaked, jumped. Words that end with ed but sound like id, like shouted. And words that end with ed but just have d sound, like cried, followed. I'm wondering if you can notice some ed words in your reading today and think about, do they sound like t, id, or d? See you later. Bye.